So Monday and it's recycling day. So cans first. A chilly one today. Cardboard next. Recycling done for the week. This week I'll see a little change in how the content is, but we'll come on to that later in the week. The gaming for the week begins on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. We're on early Monday morning. We did what we wanted to do on the Sunday, and it was get the 15th unlock needed for the crab badge. As you can see here, we won the community crab badge. We're getting the 15 unlocks out of 30, so we're continuing on it to see if we can do a bit more of the story. Well, gaming for the week continues, as you can see, on Halo Master Chief Collection. We're just popping on for a little bit to do something for the rewards challenge. So, Gears Pop has another goal this week. This is the reason is because it's the final big update before all the servers close on the 26th. We are, I think, maybe 10 or 12 off finishing it completely. It is going to be impossible to finish. There's an achievement called Seriously, which needs like 100,000 accolades, and we're only on like 7 or 8,000. But as I say, we're not doing too bad on it. So, Gears Pop. So, it's a virtual attendance yet again in terms of rugby. There's a lot more to come, believe you, maybe a long time before we're back physically seeing a rugby league pitch. Well, it's Leeds away, won the, up until a couple of years ago. It was a pretty poor evening every night because we used to lose every year. Well, Leeds away, 4-3-7 overall, 3-9-4 for Wigan. Sadly, it looks like game 400 following Wigan in the modern era. We'll be watching from home. 28 against Leeds, 16 wins, 11 losses. Never seen a draw, and we golden point whenever likely to. One game losing streak, which was the virtual attendance last year in the Challenge Cup semi. Could be a 55th away win, which would equal because we'd have won the same and lost the same away from home. Could be a 265th overall win, 225th Super League game overall, which in 11 years ain't too bad. Looking for 4 consecutive wins after the ones against York, Lee and Wakefield. And it's a 5th Rugby League and Sporting attendance for the year as a whole. But as you'll see later in this clip, we have to go and end this week with a couple of physical ones. All going well. Half time at Emerald Headingley, and usually Wigan don't run up too big of a score at Leeds. But we are in the lead. Leeds 0, Wigan 8. Well, there you go. As you can see in the bottom corner, Leeds 6, Wigan 19. So the good start of the season continues. In terms of betting run, it was only a small gain this week. £1 on, I think it was £1.11 back, I think. But every penny counts. So in terms of the score for this week, Wigan is ticked off, and that's done. Saturday we go to Sandbach United for the first football of the entire year, which is mad to say in the middle of April. Sunday is probably going to be more football, hopefully with the youth, and then obviously that's combined with the Wigan women's rugby game against Warrington on Sunday, but that'll be a virtual via Twitch. So all good start to the sporting week. So after Gears Pop was on Windows and the phone, we're on Superland on Windows to do a little bit more on it. Well, there hasn't been a record since the 1738 on the 31st of March, so this is the first update in April. We're 2 weeks in. What is interesting is we're now up to 115s, mainly across the board. We're going up 1 day per day because I don't want to push myself to the point where I'm losing from one day to the next. We're now just shy of 300,000 overall. The goal is to get 300,000 within the 52 weeks, as in exactly 12 months since I started. Obviously 5 days a week means 365 days a full year, take a bit longer. The reason for this update is that it's the best ever total for a week of 8,339. A little higher than last week, but the best week we did have was 8,322. So it's 17 better off. Well, Saturday morning, a little bit of a surprise on the gaming for this week. As you can see, Cat or no escape, and we're on Windows. The reason is that anyone who's seen the Xbox One version had 3000G, 2 updates. This is the first of possibly 2 updates to do it. So we've got to recomplete it, whether it counts as a recompletion or not, or next to one, I don't know. But yeah, more boost for Windows anyway. Well, there we go. 5 to 10 minutes. It's basically to advance up the game as you should do anyway. 2nd floor, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. But it's a nice start indeed, a nice 5 unlocks to start. Saturday off. Well, slight bit of traffic prevented me from doing this at the start of the game. It is currently half time, but we'll come on to that in a minute. Nice to be back. Statistics for this one. It's here at Sandbach United. 342 overall, 317 for Skem. First against Sandbach with the 134th team we've seen a Skem team play. Looking for a 170th overall loss. Well, when you hear the score in a minute, hopefully that won't happen. 110th away trip. This, unlike some of the rugby recently, is physical. We are actually stood here. This isn't a TV screen. First in the 21-22 season, as everyone knows with regular viewers, pre-season counts as the following season rather than the previous. First football in 2021, and considering that we're halfway through April, it's staggering to say that. But it's the 6th attendance for the year overall, first physical obviously. So let's see what happens. So half time here at Sandbach United, and as you can see from the scoreboard above us, Sandbach United 0, Skem United 3. So far so good. Well, perfect start to the physical attendances for the year. In recent years we've had losses, we've had draws, we've had wins, but this one was a long time win. Well over 4 months into the year for the physical attendance, and it's a win. Sandbach United 1, Skem United 4, a mini treble in Grogan. Brilliant. So, physical attendant, like London buses, you wait all that time for 1 and then 2 come in a row. All going well, we'll be at JMO tomorrow as the youth team resume their season. Well, it's another virtual attendance for rugby. This one is the Women's Super League. Last year it should have been the opener of Super League 2020, Wigan against Warrington. It didn't happen, sadly. But it's a virtual. It's at Victoria Park, so Wigan is the home team at Victoria Park. Statistics for this one, 438 overall, 395 for Wigan. First against Warrington women, which become the 8th women's team I think I've seen Wigan play. 66th team, 21st women's rugby league game overall, which over 3 years isn't too bad. 14th in the Women's Super League, first game with Wigan as the home team at Victoria Park, as Warrington listed as the home team, but Wigan are the home team apparently. Looking for 5 consecutive wins on the rugby base because of the men's first team are on such a good run. 6th rugby league in 2021 and 7th sport attendance for 2021 itself. Not a good first half there. The RFL seem to be saying it's Warrington home game, it is their ground, but we're going to list it as home officially. 28-4, 4 tries from Georgia Wilson in the first half, 2 kicks, Thompson and Temple both getting on. Stream itself became a bit unwatchable towards half time. Hopefully they'll fix it in the second half, but yep, so far so good. So there we go. Perfect weekend so far sport wise. Skem winning yesterday, Wigan winning on Thursday, and as you can see there, the Wigan women getting off to a great start, 52-8. So Wigan women 52, Warrington Wolves women 8. Brilliant start. It's just a shame we weren't there physically to see it, but it'll happen eventually. Brilliant start. In terms of attendances, it's a quick turnaround because it's the 2nd physical one of the year. This afternoon as we go to JMO for the first time this year to see the youth against Atherton Colls. Statistics there are a bit mixed because Wilson did attempt 10, but it is what it is, 52-8. Well, as you can see, we arrived at JMO. First visit this year. The youth host Atherton Colls. Well, as you saw, we arrived at JMO. Calm down a bit now though. Haven't missed doing that walk. In agony. Statistics for this one, 343 overall, 319 for Skem. First against the Atherton Colls 18s with 135th team. 4th in the John Gardner Cup it's called because, well, the league won't continue, it's just a cup competition basically. Hoping not to get 170th overall loss. It's the 27th, and this is the JMO Stadium. Looking for consecutive wins after yesterday. 2nd football physical in 2021. It's 8 sport attendance in 2021. So, half time at JMO. Skem 18s now, Colls 3. Unfortunate not to have got at least 1 though in the first half, but we can only get better. Well, slightly sour end of the weekend because the game officially didn't finish. Bit of a scuffle verbally at the end. on the pitch without leading 5-1, so we classed as a loss overall.